So Warzone got a 120 hertz update. Really, I think like when season 4 started. So now your screen will refresh 120 times instead of 60 times if you have a TV or if you have a monitor that can support that refresh rate. So basically, it's like a lot of streamers, like the big streamers, they have high refresh rates. Like if you watch any streamers, like the top left, it'll have the numbers and it'll be fluctuating. Of course, it'll go up and down. Uh, Sometimes they'll get as high as like 180, and then sometimes it'll go as low as like 120. And so they always had a jump on us with like that and field of view, of course, which they haven't gave us field of view yet, which is also a big thing for us to be more competitive on consoles, whether it's PlayStation or Xbox. But the 120 is a start because I play on monitor, for example, but my TV will also do 120. But the monitor is still a lot better because the like the response time of a monitor will always be faster than the TV, and then it's easier to just have a smaller monitor to look at everything versus like a huge TV to try to like see everything going on in the map. Like, cause then sometimes you looking at TV, sometimes you got to turn your head to see this side or that side versus on a monitor you just gotta like move your eyes, which is just a little better. So definitely recommend getting a monitor if you don't have one, especially for this update for 120 hertz because it definitely came in handy 120 versus 60 because it's been 60 for I don't know how long. Cold War was 120 if you had a monitor, but Warzone just recently got the update. So with that being said, because of that, the I had to change my settings because at 60 frames, I'm moving a lot slower than these PC people. So to keep up, I mean, I had to have right what you're looking at right here, the horizontal sensitivity. I had to have that up higher. I had to have my vertical up higher. I think in my last video where I went over my settings, it was at like 13 or 14, one of the two. And now, I mean, it's as low as a 10. And I really just got the 10 yesterday. Um, because I was trying out 11. I was on 11 for a few days. Really 12. I was on 12 for like a week, and then I went back and forth from 11 to 12. Mostly 11 this last week, and then I really practiced yesterday to see what was going to be the best for me. And really, all of these, this dead zone, this sensitivity, this sensitivity, this sensitivity, and that sensitivity, they all go into like your aiming. Of course, this does too, and as well as the aim assist down here. But it's like you have to really get these numbers right, which it's really hard to do because the dead zone, I'm explaining it again, it's just like how much you have to move your stick before the controller will like allow it, like before it'll respond. So if it was super high, then it'll take like when I move my stick to the left, it's not gonna be instant when my guy moves to the left. So the lower it is, the faster the response time will be. The higher it is, the opposite basically. So yeah, I had it. I got a new controller, so I put it all the way down to point oh 0.04 and 3.03 as well. But that wasn't good because then all my micro movements. So if I moved the left or right stick just like a little bit, my aim was off because I had it low, so where it was reacting to every little movement. So then I couldn't even keep the dot on the person I was shooting at. So I had to play around with it in a little private multiplayer match, which if you don't know how to get to that, I'll show you in a second. So 0.05 was good for me. Doesn't move too much, and then I moved this to 10, and I had this on 0.83 while it was when I was playing at 60 hertz, but I didn't want to really change it because I played around with it because uh, my friend Pearl Got Germ, go follow him on Twitter, YouTube, all of that. He said that once his 120 came out, he plays on 1111, and this was on point 0.8. And when I played on that, I just couldn't. It was just I couldn't react fast enough to me. I don't know what his dead zone was on. I didn't ask, but I just couldn't do that. And I don't remember what this was on. I think it was pretty close to what I have it on, but I think it might have been a little higher. I think he might have it on 1.110, like 1.10. But I'm not sure. Really have to ask them. But yeah, really, all of these go hand in hand though. So like, even if one thing's off, it's not gonna be you're not gonna be as accurate really. And then I already explained what dynamic was. I mean, you can read it. Uh, it just the first movement you make is fast, and then after that it'll kind of slow down so that you have a little more control, and so you can be a little more snappy when you react. So you can like turn left real quick, like boom. Of course, it still has to do with this. So like they work hand in hand, but um, they just work perfectly together. Honestly, standard is like the opposite. It'll be slower, and then it'll kind of speed up, which is like I don't really like it because I mean, if someone pops up out of nowhere, you need that fast movement, but you still need to be steady when you aim. Like if I'm running straight and if somebody pops up out of the right with dead silence or whatever out of nowhere, but I see them in time to where I could get a few shots off, I'd rather have dynamic. Dynamic or linear. Linear do the exact same thing because linear, as soon as you turn to the right or left, it'll turn with you because it's exactly to what your stick is doing. So whatever you're doing on the sticks, it moves exactly with you. It's not a like standard dynamic. Those have the little computer system in it to where they're gonna move slower and move faster, and linear is just you. So I mean, it sounds really good linear, but I mean, it's really you'd have to go play around with it because I played around with it and it's good, but then I mean, it's still always user error because I mean, I'm not a professional at Call of Duty, so I don't play it like you feel me 20 hours a day, so it's a little tough to do that. But I mean, I see most pros play standard or dynamic. Haven't seen too many pros play linear. And I mean, they're on PC, yeah, but I mean, standard and dynamic still like pretty much the go-to. Aim assist, I got standard. Tested all of them out. Standard is better for running and gunning. So like I run AR and SMG most of the time, and you get more aim assist with like hip firing on standard. Precision and focusing won't give you any hip fire on standard. You can go to J God. He's like the biggest YouTuber for like settings, anything that's going like if it's a bug going on, he'll expose it. If it's any like something that's not supposed to be in the game, anything like that, like and he even gives tips on how to like move and stuff. Like I really got better on Call of Duty because of J Guy. Like search him on YouTube, he has like so many videos for everything and a lot of information I've really got from him. And so like this for example, I got this from his video. He literally showed all three of these and how they help and how they don't help. Like where they will and where they won't. And so I mean, you can read them. Focusing is really it's a really strong aim assist. Like when you're aiming down on somebody, it's gonna stick to them. But I mean, sometimes when it's too strong like that, it can kind of drag you out of like your movement, and I don't really like that. So I prefer standard because it's just regular aim assist, not too little, not too much. It's just like just right. Honestly, I like to do this double tap to ADS. I think when you first get on Call of Duty, I think it's just ADS and melee, but this is a lot faster. Have that disabled. Obviously, that's on hold. Hold contextual tap is just a little better. That's a little easier because I mean, if you're not really paying attention to your ammo, it's better if your operator would just switch it automatically. I have apply all on, and of course you can stop it if you press triangle while he's applying all. If you need to like go into battle or anything, but if you're looking around and stuff, apply all is better. Like if you're trying to observe the area and stuff, that's always better. Slide behavior, tap, auto move forward, definitely not. Automatic sprint, yeah, I have it on automatic tactical sprint, and when you tack sprint, like your gun goes straight up. So really, what I learned to do is kind of what the pros do is like I'll run, of course, but I'll stop the stick every now and then because I want to always have the ability to get into a fight if I need to. So like when he's running straight up with the gun, sometimes I'll just like have him stutter step and then so the dot will just be in the middle of the screen just in case somebody wants to pop up. And so I'll be ready because if I'm running with tac sprint on and my gun's aiming straight up, then I mean I'm dead if somebody knows what they're doing. And I'm playing on default flipped because I play claw. If you don't know what claw is, it's like so my middle finger shoots instead of my instead of like my, I don't know what to call it, first finger, I guess, closest to the thumb. I don't shoot with that one. I actually use that one to press triangle and X, and then my middle finger shoots and it throws the grenades. So yeah, my first finger it'll literally do everything. It'll press triangle, square, X, circle. It'll do all of that, and it sounds difficult, which it really was at first, but it's actually a lot better for me now. It actually helps me win a lot of battles, and I recommend learning it. I'd search it on YouTube if I was you. Just type in like playing claw, and then just try to learn it if you don't have the back buttons on your controller, because I mean most of the pros have that, so they can do more than one thing at once. So like I used to play on tactical, and it wasn't even flipped. It was just a regular tactical, and then like I could like you'd have to take your thumb off the right stick and press like X, square, triangle, circle, whatever that is, and then if you're doing that, then you can't aim. Like you can't keep the dot on them while you're doing whatever. So with the way I play now, with the middle finger pressing R1, which if you look at my buttons, R1 is my shoot now because it's R1 is a little faster to go down than R2 is. So do with that what you will, but R1 will go down a lot faster than R2 will. So I'd recommend if you don't have a controller with like smart triggers, which is like where the R2 won't go down all the way, so it'll be like a mouse click, so it'll go down super fast. I'd recommend putting your shoot to R1. Me and Pearl got Germ both do that because it's a lot faster. You can be more competitive that way. And yeah, tactical flip is still good though. It's just I wanted to slide with my circle because pressing the right stick in, the PS5 controllers they are really bad on getting stick drift super quick. So I have PS5 controllers that already are like I can't use them on Warzone. Really, I can't use them at all. So to preserve this controller, I use circle to slide and to crouch, all that because it's just it'll preserve the life of my right stick. And so yeah, that's what I had to do to adjust to 120. And really, I just got these settings yesterday, and yesterday I was a lot more accurate. So, but who knows what kind of lobbies I was in? I mean, there was some people that were pretty good, but then there was some people that were like, I mean, never know how good they were. So I don't know how good it'll be in like people that really know what they're doing on PC and stuff like that. So I may have to change these settings, but right now this is what I'm rocking with. I'm not gonna change it at all. Uh, I don't think I changed any of this. Still the same as it was before my last settings video. Audio. I think I might have changed some of this because when I downloaded season 4, it just took away all of my settings, and then I got a new headset as well, so I can hear a little better stuff. So I did change it a little bit. I change the voice chat every now and then because sometimes some people I play with will be super loud, sometimes they'll be super quiet, so I have to adjust that. So that's really just, I mean, I wouldn't go by any of these audio settings because, I mean, no way to tell. It's really just how you hear. And then I have it on boost high. Boost low just sounds too low, honestly. Like, you don't hear anything is good. Now, I do go to boost sometimes because it's like a very good mix of boost high and boost low. It's like, it's just perfectly in the middle. I feel like the only reason I didn't stick with it is because sometimes I couldn't tell if stuff was far away or close. So boost high was a little better for that. And then you can actually go in there and test it if you I don't remember how to click on that to go test. Oh yeah, if you press square, it'll play the sound. Yeah, like that. So yeah, it'll play the sound for all of them if you want to go take a listen. I think that's all of that. Um, I know they're I know they're nerfing the Farah again, but before they nerf it, this is the way I had it. The Groove suppressor, because I don't know if I'm gonna be using it after they nerf it. I don't know how bad the recoil is gonna be, but Groove suppressor, Liberator barrel, that under barrel, that ammunition, axle 3 times, and then I just used the regular reticle. I don't know if people care. This isn't a blueprint, but it's just the gold camo skin, and yeah, that's probably my go-to. And then both of the MP5s, I like both of them. So I've been running this one like this. I have it built another way, but I haven't been using it as much because I kind of like the option for range. But the other option would be putting this on, and then when you put that on, it gets rid of the muzzle altogether. Like you can't put a muzzle on it. But I like this for the range. Monolithic Merc, 45 rounds, stipple grip tape, 5 milliwatt. Really for this one, usually I use the tac laser, but I think I just made. I don't know. I don't know why I have the 5 milliwatt right there. Sometimes I do keep it on there, I guess, for the hip fire accuracy, but I mean, this ain't really a hip fire build, so I mean, this the tac laser is really better for this type of build. So sometimes I take this off, and sometimes I put sleight of hand so I can reload faster. Sometimes I put this so I can move a little faster, but then you lose the recoil control and aim stability. So it really makes you aim a lot worse just for the mobility. But I mean, really depends on what you want to do. Because me, like I said, I like the running gun. If you watch most streamers, they run a gun. They don't really snipe too much when it comes to like tournaments. Of course, people will snipe for content, like if a new sniper comes out, or if they just want to. If they've been running with an AR and SMG too long, then they'll switch it up and go with a sniper. But like competitively, like most tournaments, except for this last one, it was a lot of people using snipers because it was like a private lobby. But like for the most part, they use like AR, SMG. The people out, and I watch like everybody just to see what what people are doing different. And so yeah, I got the. I usually use a collapsible, but I like this a lot because I ADS like a lot faster. And I mean, so the Cold War guns, because this is the Modern Warfare MP5. Cold War guns, they are just insane. They do everything way better than the Modern Warfare guns. So I needed to be able to compete with this gun. So I put the stipple because it's gonna give me the aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. A lot of people don't use it. I'm gonna go ahead and say this, but a lot of people don't use the rubber grip. But the rubber grip actually gives you a lot of recoil control. Like if you have this and you compare it with something else with recoil control, that gun is not gonna move too much. I promise you. I have my grab built like that. I have my grab with the commando and with the rubber grip, no optic, and it does not move at all. I just don't use it anymore because the grab's kind of slow to move with versus the Cold War ARs. As I said, the Cold War ARs and SMGs are a little quicker to move with, a little better to move with. So yeah, that and then I call this the Trial 58 because I didn't know how much I was gonna like to see 58, but they actually nerfed it, and so it jumps a lot more now. So I probably would have to look at this build. This was before the nerf, like how I had it built. But I used to use when I didn't have the task force unlocked. I used the reinforced heavy. It was a really good barrel. Uh, so I might have to change it. I don't know. I'd have to test it. I really hadn't used it since the nerf, but I heard the recoil wasn't too bad, so it's probably still straight. Honestly, I could probably leave it as is, but me, I just, probably want to test it out one day. But it's just as good as the Furrow is right now, and it kills super quick. The only bad thing about it is it shoots super slow, so it kills quick, but the bullets just shoot real slow. It's hard to explain. You'd have to use it, but it's just I don't know. I don't really like guns that shoot real slow, so that's one reason I don't use it too much. But the damage is insane. It'll drop somebody so fast. And then I have the XM4 with it. This XM4 I saw a lot of people running, so I built it like that. I don't know. I like it. It's just I prefer the MP5s, both of them, because they just a little faster movement. I don't know the when you aim down sights like that, that circle, like that green circle you see right there, man, it really gets in the way when you're shooting with this gun. But if you put an optic on it, you had to take one of these off, and then you're gonna be sacrificing like some ADS speed or sprint to fire speed. So it's really like, what you want to do? You want to shoot fast? You want to be able to see, and I want to shoot fast. So I mean, that's just preference for me. Uh, And then where's my other MP5? This is my other MP5. This is my favorite secondary agency suppressor, Tiger Team, Raiders stock, 50 round, serpent grip. I have the serpent, but a lot of streamers don't have that on for this. They'll actually run the bruiser grip. Me, I don't know. I think I actually put that there by accident, but it's not failed me yet. Uh, I've been winning my battles with it, so yeah, I definitely I don't know if I copy my build, but because the bruiser, I mean, look what it does, and no cons. So yeah, Just preference, I guess. Maybe if I have an issue, I'd change it, but so far it's been pretty straight for me. So I'm gonna leave as is. No burrow. Uh, you saw that on the XM4 I have as well. So yeah, and that's really the only things I use for the most part. Use this every now and then. But it's the same. It's the same as that build I had before. So nothing crazy. Amax. I mean, everybody knows that build. And then how I was testing my like aiming when I was trying to get better. So I went to multiplayer. Well, it looks like multiplayer deleted for some reason today, and my packs. It's weird. It was just a update, like a little update that they say that requires you to restart. So every time that happens, it'll delete all my stuff. So it looks like it deleted the multiplayer and my texture packs. But I was gonna say this anyway. This texture pack is only if you're playing like a 4K or a 1440p monitor or TV. So if you don't have none of that, if you're playing on 1080, like I'm playing on a 1080 monitor, I only need 1 through 4, and then really I don't need 1 through 4. But when I took them all out, deleted them, I couldn't really see as good. Like my screen looked like it was constantly trying to download the background. So if it's constantly looking like it's doing that, then it was throwing my aiming off because I had like high latency and stuff. So these seemed like you had to have them for my last update, but I don't know. Per Guy Germ doesn't. He don't have them, but I don't know. My system was tripping when I didn't have them. I couldn't see it all, so download those back. I mean, I could download multiplayer back. Yeah, I'll probably download it back just so I can still practice my aim when I need to. Should anything else pop up, should my aim feel like it's off one day, then I'll keep that. And so let me see. Let me see. Let me see. So basically, since it won't let me do the multiplayer, I just have to explain it another way. So multiplayer be just like this is. So you'll hit like where this says private match and practice. If you go to multiplayer screen, it'll have something down there that says custom game and private match as well. I think click that and then it'll say like play a custom game. You'll hit that and then you'll set up some bots, whatever mode you want, whatever map you want, and then you can set the bots to standard, meaning they won't be nothing great. Like they'll try to shoot you, of course, but it won't be nothing special. And then they have veteran, and I think they have hardened. If you put it on veteran hardened, of course, they're gonna really try to kill you. Like when I put it on hardened, like they were drop shotting, so they would like as soon as I shot them, they dropped all the way to the ground and just be shooting me. So that's what a player would do because it's hard to adjust to somebody crashing all the way down because then your aim's gonna be off. So I played it both ways. I played it standard and I played it custom, and I mean I played it hardened because it was pretty it was nice to see because the hardened they're gonna come at you fast. So it's it's a little easier to get used to like how Warzone is gonna be when you get in there. And then the other way I had it on was standard, of course, and then standard was just so I could like get used to the aiming without people just like running at me, like shooting crazy, like getting these crazy drop shots and stuff like that. So I did both. I recommend doing both, and then I also recommend taking your when you're trying to find your best aim settings. I would turn this off, so it's gonna make it hard to shoot, of course, but it actually be good practice, and then turn it back on, and you're gonna notice like you're shooting way way better. So I would definitely do that when you get in there, and yeah, that's pretty much it for my settings right now. I don't think I'm gonna wait for the multiplayer to download. I might just make a separate video about that, but yeah, I think that's about it.